Good morning, my students. Today I am going to discuss some more changes from the chapter Changes Around Us. Okay. In previous class we have already discussed about reversible and irreversible changes. Now some new terms are there, that physical change and chemical change. This physical change and chemical change are very easy term. Actually physical change, that is comes under reversible changes. Means how reversible changes is defined, you know everyone. In physical changes no new substance is formed and that can be reversed back. Okay, so such type of changes are comes under reversible changes. So we can say that physical changes are reversible and chemical changes irreversible. You understood this point? Means here a new substance is formed in case of chemical change, but no new substance is formed in physical change. So in chemical change, as a new substance is formed, as it will be under irreversible change. Okay, and in physical change no new substance is formed, so it is under reversible change. You understood this point, everyone? Any problem? I hope there will be no such problem in this case. Now open your book and turn page 48 number. Okay, here a subtopic is there, that could there be other ways to bring a change. Now we have seen tools which are used to dig the soil. We know such iron tools with a wooden handle, you know, and this iron blade of this tool has a ring in which the wooden handle is fixed. Normally the ring is slightly smaller in size, but if the ring is smaller in size, it will not be fitted on that wooden handle. Now to fix it in the handle, what is actually done? That is heated. That ring is heated, and when that ring is heated, then it becomes slightly larger in size, it will expand. Okay, so such type of changes is known as expansion. On heating, iron expands or it become larger in size. Okay, and so we have seen now the handle, when it become cooler, it will contract and it will fit tightly onto the handle. You can see figure 6.6 that tools are often heated before fixing wooden handle. Okay, there are such examples. And another example is also there in your book, figure 6.7, that cart wheel with metal rim fixed to it. Actually before fixing of that metal rim onto the cart wheel, that rim is heated. Then after it become heated, then it become expanded and it is actually fits onto the wheel, and cold water is then poured over the rim, and that cold water will help to contract and fits tight to that cart wheel. Understood this point? Now you also might have seen some blacksmith, they actually work on some iron rods and they actually apply more heat, more heat to that iron rod, and when the iron rod become red in appearance, means red hot in appearance, then they are very soft. Actually their nature is very soft, and in that nature, in that state, that blacksmith can make desirable shape of the iron. Okay, so that many design we can see. Okay, so they can make the desired shape of those tools by heating the iron. When the iron become red hot, they beaten into the shape they want. Okay, it is the main thing that we have learned, that expansion of solids that we have learned. Now, as we know, in state of matter, there are 3 states of matter. We know solid, liquids and gases. Okay. Now, I will give you some more examples that how expansion takes place in solid, how expansion takes place in liquids and how expansion takes place in gases. And in which states of matter the expansion is maximum and in which states of matter the expansion is minimum or least. Okay, we will able to know about this all things. Now, I am writing in the board, you can follow me. Expansion in different states of matter. We know the different states of matter are including solid, liquids and gases. You have already learned this, no? So, first comes to expansion. A very simplified definition you can write that expands on heating. Actually, particles become loose. When it become loose or expand when it become loose or expand on heating. You understood this point? So, on heating particles become loose or expand. Understood this point? Particles become loose or expand on heating. So, this is the main funda of expansion. Now, comes to expansion in case of solids, liquids and gases. Now, here I am writing expansion. Now, I am just telling 3 different examples with different states of matter. First, solid, then liquid. In case of liquid, how expansion takes place. In case of solid, how expansion takes place. And in case of gaseous, how expansion takes place. Okay. So, first comes to solid. Have you ever seen some railway tracks? Have you ever seen railway tracks? I hope you have, most of you have seen railway tracks. Actually, how railway tracks looks like, I am trying to draw such picture of a railway track. These are pebbles and stones, you know. This railway tracks looks like this, and these are actually railway tracks, you know, and these are railway tracks, this one, and between the railway tracks you can see there is a gap. Can you see this? A gap here also, here also. Okay. These are also called expansion gap. Why these gaps are called expansion gap? Actually, these gaps are deliberately left. As you know, solid or iron expands on heating. So, due to summer season, when the weather is very hot, so due to hot weather, such railway tracks become expand and fitted. That railway tracks will fill the gap. Okay, that is why such gaps are called expansion gaps. Okay, so such gaps are being deliberately left for this purpose only. So this is a very good example of expansion in solid. You understood this point, everyone? Okay. So we have seen how expansion of solid takes place on heating. Okay. Next comes to liquid. Okay. Next comes to liquids. How expansion in liquid takes place. Have you ever seen thermometer? Thermometer is actually used for measuring body temperature, you know, thermometer. And in thermometer, a liquid metal is present, named as mercury, you know, that mercury is liquid at room temperature. As this is a thermometer, and there is a metallic cap, and there are so many scale value are there, and now here mercury is present. In red color you can see in thermometer mercury is present here. This is called mercury. As you know, mercury is liquid at room temperature. Okay. So when the temperature is high, when we have high fever, that mercury expands and they will migrate in the upper side. Okay. So mercury will come to this level. Okay. So due to the expansion of mercury, we are able to know what is the temperature of our body. You understood this point? So we have seen that how liquid expands on heating. So such a nice example of liquid expansion. Understood everyone? Any problem? Please turn off your video. Okay. So this is an example of liquid expansion. Okay. Next comes to expansion in case of gaseous things. You know, inflated balloon. If this is a balloon. Okay, this is a balloon and this is actually kept under sun. If an inflated balloon kept under sun, means heat comes from the sun, okay, kept under sun, after some time it will become more larger. This is because of expansion, as air inside the balloon expands on taking heat from the surrounding. That is why the balloon become more larger in size when it is kept under sunlight. Understood this problem? Okay. So this is the example how expansion takes place in case of gaseous state of matter. Okay. Now one thing I want to tell you, that this expansion takes place in solid, liquid, gases, both. Sorry, repeat once more. This gaseous, no? Okay. I am telling that it is an inflated balloon. When it is kept under heat or sunlight, after some time the balloon become more larger in size, or the balloon become increase in size. As what happens, we know inside balloon there is air present, so air inside it will expand on taking heat from surrounding. As the surrounding is already heat, so it is taking air, it's expand on taking heat from the surrounding. That is why the balloon become more larger or grow. Okay. Please see the YouTube video. This video will be uploaded in your YouTube channel. Then you must see. Okay. No problem for this. Now I want to tell you one thing, that In case of solid, expansion is least, means this is minimum, but in case of gaseous, the expansion is maximum. So among solid, liquid and gaseous things, the expansion is least in case of solid and maximum or more in case of gaseous. Okay, gas state. That is, expansion is maximum in gaseous state. You understood this point? Everyone? I hope there is no any problem in this. Okay. Now my request to everyone, please write your name, full name with present in the chat box. In the next day I will describe what is expansion, contraction. Okay, contraction, change, that is another change, that is contraction, with some more example with different state of matter. Okay, I hope you understood this video. If you have any problem you can ask me. Okay, goodbye everyone.